You've all seen the headlines about the Epstein files, the names, the court documents, and the speculation. But the real story just isn't who appears in those pages. It's how the world is reacting, and the differences are really wide. So let's start in the United States. Here, the fight isn't about one person. It's about how President Donald Trump's administration handled the release. Questions have arisen as to whether it was delayed or was it selective. The result, a lot of anger, sharp accusations, but very few real consequences. Now, across the Atlantic in the United Kingdom, it's far more personal and very explosive. The scandal runs from Buckingham Palace to Parliament. Police arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the disgraced former prince, on February the 19th on suspicion of misconduct in public office linked to his ties to Epstein and the alleged misuse of confidential trade documents. He had already stepped back from royal duties after settling a civil case with Virginia Giuffre, who accused him of sexually assaulting her when she was 17, which he denies. And the pressure has only intensified. Peter Mandelson, a former UK ambassador to the United States, was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office following revelations about his ties to Epstein. But what clearly stands out here is that in Britain, being linked to this story can end careers and lead to arrests. And for many there, that's just how the system works. Meanwhile, in Israel, former Prime Minister Ehud Barak is under fire for his past ties to Epstein. Supporters say it's a political attack, while critics question his judgment and ethics. The debate here is sharp, it's deeply partisan, and it touches on trust in leadership at the highest level. We move to South Africa, where Jacob Zuma's name adds very little surprise. A former president who has been associated with corruption scandals and state capture, his appearance in the files feels like another example of global money mixing with local politics. And among the locals, this is met with frustration rather than shock. Now, when we put all those global reactions side by side, we see that the contrast is clear. In Britain, arrests were made. In Israel, it reopens old divisions, while in South Africa, it deepens distrust, and in the United States, it mostly fuels partisan fighting. So this isn't just about names on the list. It's about power and who really faces consequences. The Epstein files show how justice works differently depending on where you live and how wealth can bend the rules. So for ordinary people, that gap really matters. It's a test of whether the system meant to check the powerful actually work, and that story isn't over yet.